Well, hello everyone. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Turns out Donald Trump did not mean what he said during the campaign. I'm shocked, I tell you, shocked. Yeah, this is about the big beautiful bill still. I know a lot of you trumpeters lashed out at me for this, but I'm sorry. No, this is the big bloated bill. That's what this is. And man, I just love the drama. I probably shouldn't, but I do. Man, when Trump started lashing out against the opposition not even being the Democrats, the opposition being the Republicans, who actually do mean that, especially Rand Paul. Hey, whatever happened to that campaign promise about don't make these giant bills pass one thing at a time? Yeah, whatever happened to that? Does it turn out that Trump never meant a word of that? So we're actually starting with a couple of posts on Truth Social by Donald Trump, who is the only person anyone ever quotes from Truth Social. Might as well just call it Trump Social, that's what it is. So he said, Rand Paul has very little understanding of the BBB, especially the tremendous growth that is coming. Growth of big government, maybe. He loves voting no on everything. Yeah, good for him. He thinks it's good politics, but it's not. The BBB is a big winner! And then he follows it up with the thing that we libertarians have heard over and over and over and over again. Rand votes no on everything, but never has any practical or constructive ideas. Yeah, he does. They just don't involve government as a solution. Because government is not a solution. His ideas are actually crazy. Losers! The people of Kentucky can't stand him. This is a big growth bill. Oh yeah, it's growth all right. That's why we don't like it. So going back over here to Eric Boehm, every independent assessment of the package says it will add at least $3 trillion to the long-term deficit and potentially as much as $5 trillion. That means the bill is doing the opposite of what Trump vowed to do in March during his speech to Congress when he promised to balance the budget. All right, that brings us to this X post by Rand Paul. The math doesn't add up. I'm not supporting a bill that increases the debt by $5 trillion. I refuse to support maintaining Biden's spending levels. And he said he wants to extend the 2017 tax cuts, but in a way that does not add to the deficit, which means you gotta cut spending. It's spending, stupid. And Paul added that at least 4 of us in the Senate feel this way. Oh wow, 4 whole Republicans. Yeah, that tells you how much of the party actually means what they say and is actually going to, as opposed to being puppets of the deep state. But 4 would be enough to block its passage in the Senate, so there's that at least. They can at least be a little bit obstructionist. But yeah, that tells you how little Republicans stand by what they campaign. I'm going to quote Harry Brown again. Republicans campaign like libertarians and rule like Democrats. Hasn't changed. Okay, enter Elon Musk, who posted on X. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. Boom! Straight from Elon. So Boehm mentions that Mike Useless Johnson, who shepherded the BBB through the House last week, told The Hill that Musk was terribly wrong to criticize the bill. How dare you criticize our wonderful bloatful spending? Other conservatives suggested, oh, here it comes, you knew this was coming, that Musk was motivated more by the loss of tax credits that benefit Tesla than by genuine concern about the deficit. I've talked about this before quite a few times. Tesla is not really benefiting from these tax credits. All the projections are that Tesla sales would be about the same without them. It's the other car companies with their electric cars who are pushing them to get the tax credits. Okay, so back over on X, Elon said it will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit to $2.5 trillion, bang, 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 and burden American citizens with crushingly unsustainable debt. And World of Statistics responded to that. With a list of years and the budget deficit, and how much it's grown from $236 billion in 2000 all the way to $1.83 trillion in 2024. And this is going to be over $2 trillion, and it hasn't been that high since 2021. Wow, look at 2020. It was $3 trillion there. And so Musk responded to that saying, Congress is making America bankrupt. And they are. And the BBB is just going to make that situation worse. The White House, meanwhile, has resorted to trying to discredit the independent entities that have scored the bill. On Tuesday, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt accused the Congressional Budget Office of engaging in partisan politics by saying the BBB would add to the deficit, echoing a criticism that Johnson made last week. Even though that's just the numbers. That's what the numbers say. And Boehm writes, that's a rather absurd allegation, considering the current director of the CBO is Philip Swagel, a Republican who previously worked in the Bush administration and at the American Enterprise Institute, a conservative think tank. Oh, I love this next line, Boehm. Math is not a conspiracy against Trump. If anything, Trump is a conspiracy against math. They should stop lying about the budgetary impact of the BBB and should admit that they support higher levels of borrowing. Then we could have an intellectually serious debate over the bill instead of whatever this is. Well, I guess the truth is they don't want an intellectually serious debate over the bill. But this is everything Trump said that he wasn't going to do, and here he is not only doing it, but attacking the people who are saying it's wrong to do it. So this is the lesson. And I said this back during the campaign, all you Trump supporters, I was giving you the benefit of every doubt. I was giving Trump the benefit of every doubt. And I even said that I could understand the whole lesser of two evil things more in the 2024 election than I could in any other election in my lifetime. I get why you all thought that. And I urged you to remember the reasons why you thought that, and then we'll just see what happens. Well, now we're seeing, aren't we? We had that kind of honeymoon period where Doge was out and doing all these things, and Trump was passing some cool executive orders, and he was doing some bad stuff too. Yeah, I covered that as well. But now that the honeymoon phase is over, what's happening? Trump is going back to his big government, big spending ways. His big government Kennedy Democrat ways. And everyone who supported Trump for all of these reasons, particularly libertarians, who said that he was actually going to balance the budget and cut spending and not do these bloated bills and big omnibus bills and everything else, this is the lesson you learn. This is what voting for the lesser of two evils gets you. This is what the whole system gets you. Because the whole system is not going to let you get a real alternative. Trump wasn't even a real alternative, and look at the lengths they went to try and stop him. Can you imagine if there were actually a principled libertarian in the running? It's time to wise up. It's long past time to wise up. What I've been saying on YouTube since the 2008 election has come true over and over and over and over again. And in 2028, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the most important election ever. And then whoever it is will be, oh, well, this is the guy we need to get in. And the other guy is really terrible. The other guy is going to ruin the country. That other guy gets in, there won't be an America anymore. Just remember that and ask yourself, how many times are you going to fall for the same scam? Thank you so very much for watching. Comments for the comment god, shares for the share through, and please hit like, subscribe, and the bell. And of course, donate.pagosity.tv keeps me doing what I do. Whether it's a one-time payment, even just a few pennies in crypto, helps more than you know, or especially becoming a regular supporter, Patreon, Subscribestar, Discord, get the videos early and ad-free, other benefits like AMAs and live streams. Thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, stay strong and be free.